right. Let's try to do this. Hey guys, trying to get set up right quick. Too much light on this one. All right. Hey guys, Victor here from VB Homes. I'm doing a little test right now because I want to try to get some more um, content saved. Hey, what's up, my friend? I'm gonna bring you up. We can start talking. Um, I'm trying to make some content so I can record it on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So it's a little bit of a master plan here. Hola, amigo.
Hola.
How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Not too bad. How's Tampa?
It's good. I'm back in Orlando now, but
Did you?
good.
How was your trip? You find something good?
Yeah, we were looking at some properties there. Always going to Tampa to look at properties, but it was good. Tampa, there's some areas that you have to look into, and we're always looking for different areas just to make sure are we in a location that we don't want to be at, or
Right.
we're in a good location. So
Yeah, actually, it was funny. Yesterday, I was just going through my Facebook and my Instagram and everything there, and my emails, and I noticed this one lead that popped up for because I'm moving towards affordable housing, so I'm looking to go back and I'm actually working a deal to purchase a mobile home park, 70 lots. So we're trying to get we found the owner. The owner's not motivated at this moment, but we're going to go ahead and put a offer out there so we can still be in his mind, and then go back and go back and follow up every 3 to 4 weeks. So you know how it goes. It's one of those games that you have to be patient on because it's not always the same thing. Nina. And if you don't take action, you're going to go back and not get the deal, right? And so that's what's going on. And then I got two more leads. One in San Antonio, which has like 23 tiny houses on it, a couple mobile homes, a duplex, and it still has 4 acres to go back and grow. So that's a pretty good deal. The numbers were kind of rough, and I'm trying to go back and dig into it because it has like 73% expenses on it. So
that's pretty high.
Yeah, I think what they did, they went back and financed the tiny homes.
Okay.
And so I think that's why it looks so big, right?
Yeah.
But you go back and finance it, but you go back and rent it, and that kind of alleviates and going to have a little bit of cash flow. So
definitely,
I'm glad they put it that way because now I can go back and reduce the price on it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Texas usually has a little bit, the pricing per expense ratio is a little bit higher, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of taxes, and taxes are a little bit more in Texas.
Yeah, I think we're like that. I think I pay for my house here is like 2.2% of the appraised value.
Okay.
And then I just refinanced, so now it's gonna go up. So that's
great.
Yeah, and so that's not too bad. And then I sent you that one deal in Florida since you were in Tampa. I wasn't sure if you're able to see it or not.
I had that open right now, actually. So I was just looking at it, and I saw you popped up live. So I was like, I'm gonna join you live and see. For some reason, I can never join you at night, so I think that's it just popped up right now, and I was like, okay.
Well, I'm not sure you know this, but I had a W-2 job for the last 11 months, and I actually put my 2 weeks notice 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing, man. It's like the first week is trying to get back into a groove, right? Find your mode, find your method, get yourself set up and your time management. This week has been such a blessing that I'm following up with all my team members I used to talk to more consistently, deals are coming to me now because I'm following up, talking to other real estate brokers in different states. And you know how the game works, right? If you don't follow up, you're not going to get anything.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, follow up is key.
And so now it's like deals are coming in. I know you and I looked at a couple of deals before. I sent it to you here in Texas. It was very marginal. There's a lot of still missing factors. I think once you and I get together and figure out how to present it
Mhm.
and some of the missing elements that we need to do on due diligence, I think it's going to be a lot better, and we can go ahead and start taking some of these deals down together.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, we can set up a Zoom and go in detail in some of these deals and just break down underwriting and get nitty gritty in terms of how much can you actually how much can you go up in price so you can get the deal, which is key right now.
So, for a lot of people who don't know who you are, you want to go back and introduce yourself?
Sure. Yeah, I'm Renato Jeromel, known Victor from the 10X community. My background is in engineering. Just like Victor, I had a W-2 job about 6 months ago. And then through investments and doing real estate, I was able to put my notice in and kind of be on my own for the past 6 months. But I really enjoy construction. So we are starting out a construction company here in Orlando, which is where I just moved into from Wisconsin. And my focus would be on remodeling and new construction of multifamily communities. And I still want to invest in multifamily. So I have been investing as an LP for the past just over 3 years. And I became a GP on my first deal this past December. So we closed 330 units in Atlanta. And that's doing pretty well so far. So I'm pretty happy about that. And hopefully we can get a few more this year with partners and friends. Because that's the key of the game, creating relationships. And this guy is doing amazing of all his lives, and I've been seeing him everywhere. So it's great.
Well, thank you for that, my friend. Man, congratulations on your deal, man. I am so excited for you. And we've known each other for almost a year now. We actually met on a workshop, you and Nina and everything else. It was an amazing introduction, and we're still connecting even after a year, right?
Yeah.
And so I tell a lot of people, I'm actually working with 5 new mentorees. They're just brand new big dogs. They want to be wholesalers, and so I'm trying to go back and teach them a little couple of tricks of the trades, right? Because you're doing all that work as a wholesaler, you can become a buy and hold person too, because
Definitely.
you don't, you want. I know they have this concept, right? And this is the mindset. Not You don't know what you don't know, right? We know that wholesaling is a good entry, but you're doing all that work. Why not just take the deal?
Exactly.
And
you're already getting the best deals on your hand and just giving them away.
yeah. And so I'm trying to make them understand. So whenever they get into a situation, it's like, well, bring me the deal. Let me look it over, and shoot, I can go back and maybe cherry pick it myself, because the community is so vast. The name of the game is networking. If you don't network, you're not going to go back and be successful. And then on top of that, you have to be transparent. You have to make sure you want to make a win-win situation, because if you become too greedy, you're never going to get the repeat customers, right?
100%. That's key right there.
And so on some, I always talk about power teams. It's always about your team. That's going to be the make and break for your business, right? You're becoming into your own. You're becoming an LP now. You're doing a GP. So, what are some of the what would you advise people like myself who wants to get into that higher bracket, right? I'm working on the mobile home, because the reason why, for me, is to go back and look for affordable housing. And you know, as well as I do, the market is crazy. You know, the median housing where I live, when I first moved here, it was like at 200,000 median. This is like 8 years ago, almost 9 years ago. It's 425 now, man. And so the what I'm trying to go back and do is trying to create some affordable housing for this market because the school systems is great. I love the school systems here. The community is great. It's still hometown. You still have everything here that you want to go back. Dallas is not that far, maybe 30 minutes away. And that's not really that bad because you think 30 minutes away is a long way, but actually, if you live in a big town, you know this. You live in a big city and everything, 30 minutes is not bad.
Everything in Orlando is 30 minutes away, so learn that quickly.
So, do you want to talk about your power team that you have? I know you're working with your wife and everything else, and you have different members. So, you want to go back and if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah, I mean, so the main key for me is like I was trying to, do everything on my own at first, like network with everybody and get connections with everybody. But really, is what I found is if you really niche in and see something that you're good at, and then you want to network, you still want to network with everybody, but you want to find key players that complement whatever you are good at or that don't necessarily want to do. So Victor looks like it's great at finding deals and talking to people and getting things along, which is not something I'm great at. I'm great at the day to day, like finding investors because I have some connections in Brazil with people that want to invest here. So I can usually bring money to the table. I'm also very good at looking at the construction side of things, which is, construction side, you always want to have multiple players in that game. So multiple people that want that because they look at things differently. But that's kind of how I found, connect with people connect with everybody, but really find people that complement whatever you're doing. So on the Life and Marketplace, which is a Atlanta deal, which we can finally talk about it because we closed everything and everything is ready now. So on that deal, I have a partner that basically found the connections with the guys that do all the management. And we came in as, hey, we can bring in value by, being another eyes on the deal in terms of construction, management, and we can also bring in capital raising and bring some money to the deal. So that's really, really what, you want to be, and you want to find people that can complement whatever you do. And it's going to be different in every deal. If you're doing a very large multifamily, it's different players versus doing, a mobile home park, or you do, a group of single family. You want to have different connections so that you can take down those deals. If that makes sense, or should I go more in depth in anything?
No, you're absolutely right because a lot of people think they need to go back and wear all the hats, right? Because when you first start the business, that's what I did. I had to wear all the hats until you get a process. And you're absolutely right. You need to start looking for people that can complement certain aspects of the business. You know, uh, for example, I kind of perked my ears up when you were talking about new development and construction. It's funny that 2 days ago, one of my real estate agent investors, we were talking, and we actually became pretty good friends. It was a mutual acquaintance that we met. We actually met at a Christmas party. My commercial real estate agent took me to the Christmas party, and I met the whole entire team. I met the real estate broker. I met the real estate broker dad who funds the entire thing. I learned what their process is. I met a whole bunch of agents, and this is the beauty of this particular brokerage firm. The agents there are not just agents; they're investors. So they're taking that information that you and I talked about, the wholesaling, right? and cherry picking the ones they want, grabbing it for themselves, and flipping it for a profit. This is a next level. I have never, we talk to agents all the time, right? Because their mindset is about getting and closing the deal. And that's it, right? But there's so much in the middle that you can go back and do. And this is what they've done. They're able to go back and check which one they want, get it under contract, find, and here's the beauty of it. The broker's father, he will hold the note and carry the note. And the only thing you got to do is pay him interest only payments.
That's good.
And then the only thing you have to do is find your own rehab money, get that done, flip it, and pay him back. Come on. Yeah. It's like, what more can you ask for? It's like this is made for success, right?
Yeah, that's great. What I've also seen do well is partner with some of the agents. If they may not be able, if they they may have a great deal, but they not be able to take it down by themselves. And then you can, hey, would you invest in this deal? We can go to, because he's more likely to go you as a buyer.
Yeah.
Going to be your partner. So that's something I've seen that works pretty well as well.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to send you some information. We're actually, my real estate agent investor brought 2 deals to me. Okay. 2. One is a 3/4 acre. Okay. It's already been subdivided into 3 parcels, quarter of an acre each. It's zoned for multi-family townhome. Okay. Now, we were going back and we were thinking about just flipping the land. Get it at a good price and flip it, and we'll make like $30,000. This is what we were talking about, right? About being a wholesaler, right?
Yeah.
But once you start thinking on the possibilities on this particular deal, we're looking to go back at first. This is how we were thinking first. We were looking at the zoning, what is required, your setbacks, and what you can and cannot do. So the requirements are a minimum of 600 square feet for one. So it's a 1-1 now. So we're thinking 1-1, but we can make it a little bigger to get a little bit more square footage, right? The second thing, you can go up to 3 stories. 3. And then we start crunching the numbers. So now we're looking at 6-plex on every parcel.
Yay.
And so, okay, we're thinking about, and then we look at the rents. So it's all about the data, right? What are the rents going for in that area? And the average rents, this is just the average, the median and everything else, $1,100. Multiply that by 18 and multiply that by 12. And then you subtract all the expenses. It cash flows pretty well.
That's great.
So we took, yeah, check this out. No, I'm not done yet. This gets better. Okay. So we start talking about it. That's like, Grand Prairie, if you go up 3 levels and then you got the roof access, you can actually see the Dallas skyline, the city line. I was like, okay, let's start thinking about this, right? So we start making this concept of the first 2 be 1-1s. And then we create a penthouse concept with a roof access on top and make it bougie, because you're able to do that. And then we start looking at the comps around that area. But this is going to be like a prime rate, because now you're going to have a little bit more, a larger area with the access of the roof, which you can now see the skyline. So you're looking at almost a $3,500 plus a month times 3, because we're going to put it on each one too.
That's awesome.
So since you're mentioned about you being in construction and development, this is one of the projects I want to go back and talk to you and pick your brain on it and see if it's really worth it, because the numbers look great. But that's just numbers. There's a lot of missing items. There's a lot of moving parts that I am not aware because I don't do new development. It's out of my wheelhouse.
Yeah, it's all about location. If the location can stand it, and then you look back, like you said, it's all numbers. So look back at price of construction and see how is that making sense of everything, and that's the key things to look at. Location, and then the land. How much is the price of the land per acre? Can you actually build how many units? Which it seems like it's awesome opportunity. And then price of construction in the area. And then you put all those numbers, crush them down, of course, with the expenses and in Texas mainly, make sure the taxes are good on that after construction.
Yeah.
And then, crush those numbers down and see what, see the potential that's there.
Well, I have another one that came at the same time as this 3/4 of an acre. It's 108 acres next to a lake. Land, vacant land. And and so like I said, this is out of my wheelhouse. I actually reached out to a couple of my mentors who works on this, because you have to go back and lean on people who understands and knows the ins and outs of a deal. Why go through it if you don't know it, right? Allow someone like yourself or my mentors to look at it and say yay or nay, or hey, I need the survey, the tropical map. I need to go back and see who's the governing body, X and Y and Z. You have all this on your hit list. You have to get before you start making ideas on what you're able to do. Hey, does it have the power lines? Where the power lines located? If it's raw land, there's no power lines, right? It shouldn't be. It might
right.
be. I don't know.
Yeah, usually not. Usually you have to, talk to the city, kind of get that straight now.
So yeah, this is an opportunity. We're looking at. I just threw a number out there because I think what they were looking for is around 40,000 a square, 40,000 an acre. So you're looking at almost 4.2, 4.3 million for 108 acres next to a lake. And then if you develop it, the sky is the limit because you don't know, you have to understand how you can go back and develop the land because this one has a weird shape to it. It's not like a square or a rectangle or a triangle. This thing has. I'll send it to you. I'll let you look at it and see what you think. I'd love to hear your input on it, and then, but it's the unknown factors that I'm not aware of, and I was never really considering anything like this, but if it falls in your lap, what are you going to do? It's all about knowing. It's all about learning. And now is a perfect opportunity to start networking with other people who's a expert on this.
Yeah, it goes back to, create a relationship with the people that kind of can feed into whatever you're doing. Don't try to do everything, but create those things of you wanna partner with people that can fill in your gaps, and that's what I try to do the most, which is great. You can't take something like that down by yourself. Like there's no, you need people that work with you to get construction done. I mean, how many construction works you're gonna need, and then you need to work with agents to sell or rent that community. There's always going to be, you're going to need people, not only on the take down part, but throughout the whole process.
Yeah, because now you have to go back and figure out what you're going to do with the land, like you said. And one of the things that we're talking about, just spitballing, right? Residential and a mixture of multifamily with a mixture of commercial. Because you're able to do that with 108 acres, right? And plus, you're right there with next to the lake, so you have access to the lake. So you have to go ahead and find a gadget, an element, or something that you can able to expose that and take the profit and the advantage of it, right? Because you just don't want to go back and put like a car wash next to the edge of the lake, right? You don't want to do something like that. You want to put a marina. You want to go back and
100%.
do a yacht club or something, right?
Yeah, you wanna plan it out, not not have a resort plan. You see all these hodgepodge things. If you wanna create a community that's in sync, and um, people enjoy living there, and that's how you do it. You plan everything out, and that's what brings more people and increases your possibility for rent increases if that's what you're gonna do, or higher sale prices if that's the route that you're gonna go into.
Yep.
In terms of building homes.
So, what are you working on right now, if you don't mind me asking?
Finding
deals.
Creating partnerships, which is always what I'm looking at. And then I just moved to Orlando. It's been about 2 months now.
Has it been that? Only been that? I thought it's been a little longer than that. It's only been 2 months.
No, end of January is when I came in, so it hasn't been 2 months yet. So working on the construction company and setting all that up for Orlando, and just to be able to do work here in Florida.
Awesome. So what can I do to help you?
Create deals, finding deals, finding partnerships, finding deals. That's the main thing. Always I tell people, hey, if you want to partner, if there's something that we can do together, find something that you are better than me, or something I can bring value to you, because it has to be mutual, right?
Yes.
I have to bring value to you, and you have to bring value to me, because if it's a one-sided thing, it's never going to work out. So, deals in something that I can add value in terms of construction or management, or, that's the way that I can bring value to you, and at the same time, you can bring value to me by bringing the deal or bringing, other partners, and it's definitely something we can do.
Awesome. So on the deals, what are you looking for? Is there a particular area that you want to go back and state your own niche? What's your niche?
So I want something that can be a value add. So I can, add construction, renovation, all that to bring value to the property. That's the main thing, because that's the way you can value appreciate it. Of course, I love cash flow. So it's if you can buy something that's ready and cash flowing, that's great. But I'm in the time that I still want to value appreciate it. So I want to create value within properties. So usually you're buying a property that's a little bit older or a little bit bit up, and I can come in and remodel and revamp with a view of Dallas.
Most definitely. So we're looking at more like a multifamily. That's what you want to stick with, or are you looking at for vacant land too, or is there like a specific thing you're like your favorite? Because we all have a specialty that we like, right? Because we get to choose and pick and taste a couple of things in real estate, because many people don't really understand real estate, right? Mm-hmm. Real estate is not one thing.
That is so much.
It is so much.
You can never reach all of the possibilities. There's so much into it. Single family, commercial, multifamily.
Storage units. That's my next one. I'm looking at boat and RV storage units. That's my next one. After if I'm able to knock out at least 3 parts this year, next year I'm going to be, or within this year, because my eyes are open, is boat and RV. Here in Texas, it is ridiculous how, and I'm sure it's the same way over there in Florida, right? It's that boat and RV. And I'm not talking about, when I talk about storage unit, guys, I'm not talking about the mini storage. Okay. I hear a lot of horror stories about those, right? It can cash flow like a cash cow, but there's a lot of expenses and overhead when it comes to a mini storage. But the difference between a mini storage and a boat and RV storage is their toys. Because a mini storage, you're there to put your junk in, right? A boat and RV is to go back and put your toys in. And trust me, you will be paying that monthly bill no matter what, because you don't want them to take your toy away from you. And compared to the rent, it's a higher rent, a lot less overhead, and you don't have to be calling them, hey, it's that time of the month. I need your payment.
Yeah, usually they're higher price items, so you have collateral right there.
Hey, I'm okay if they don't pay for it because I can get a new boat, an RV, a trailer, or whatever is in there, right?
Exactly.
But yeah,
But never invested in storage in general, but I've heard couple people that focus on that, and they have great turnaround in terms of great value creation by boat and RV and just storage in general.
oh yeah,
But I focus on multifamily mainly. That's my thing. So everybody needs a place to live, and I kind of follow from that concept.
exactly right. And that's why I like the mobile home part because everybody needs something affordable. We're getting to a point that we can't go back and not think about the people who's not able to support the 2,000, the 2,500, $2,700 a month rents anymore, because that's where it's going, right? You see that path is that the a 2-2. I think my daughter and my son actually moved out. They got their own place together, and so I think they're paying like 1,800 for a 2-2. Very
Yeah.
nice, very nice apartment. It's I think it's about 7 stories if I'm not mistaken. So can you imagine that having 7 stories? God knows how many freaking. I think it's at least a 250 unit apartment. Multiply that with an $1,800 to $2,200 rents. Man,
That's awesome.
that's sexy. That's sexy.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's an awesome. And one thing that's you're talking about the mobile home parks. One cool thing about it is the management is fairly simple. You provide a plot of land for people to live, but usually you don't have the maintenance that you have on a multifamily in terms of the units because they own their own. You own the parcel, but usually, in most cases, they own the actual mobile home. So the maintenance within the mobile home is the owner's expense. Owners take care of that,
Right.
and they pay to use your land basically.
Yep. And that's one of the concepts that I'm looking for. I want to own the dirt. I want them to have me. I want to collect what we call mailbox money, right? Because it's just like you said, you're just renting the dirt. I don't want to be a landlord, meaning I got to fix a running toilet or a leaking faucet. I don't want that. But here's the different concept, and this is why I like this model. Whenever you become a mobile home, and guys, please, if you want to know more, I'm just giving you a rough thing. DM me. We can have a Zoom call. We can discuss this and everything else. When you become a mobile home park owner, you can actually go directly to the dealer and get it I mean, not the dealer, but the manufacturer, and get dealer pricing. Buy 10 of them, set them up, and do an owner finance on all 10 of them. Because now you're able to go back and allow them to have ownership of that. And then the only thing you're doing is collecting rent. And that's one of the things I want to go back and do. And actually, I had a Zoom, actually had an Instagram meet last night at 8, and with Lafi, he's telling me now he's also lending money, and it is easy to go back and find someone who is unable to get a loan. He's able to help them because he's doing something different. So, and I was telling Lafi, he's like, we have to talk because it makes sense, right? You find a deal, you set it up, then you can go back and raise, because no matter what, you're raising that value, right? Because it's going to go back and be the mobile home, the setup, the electric, everything else has expense to it. You have to add the expense and then your time for it, right? So now you're able to go back and increase it and able to find them financing instead of you being the financer, which you still can and make a little bit more money. But why, if you're able to go ahead and get in and out and just take that and move it to the next 10 and take that to move it to the next 10. And then you fill up the park with brand new mobile homes, set up a community, make it gated, and the city is going to love you because now you're bringing a value to the city, and then now you're stimulate the economy because you're adding taxes, and you have to pay that taxes toward the city. It's a win-win for everybody, right?
Definitely.
So
yeah, and also do amazing in the mobile home park niche, and there's so much potential there.
Oh yeah. Well, in any niche, right? You just have to be. You just, like you said, you have to know all of the areas. You're not going to be a master of everything in real estate. It's impossible. There's too much. I don't think there's. You can have a team, a huge team, but for one person to know everything is impossible. And this is what you were saying. You have to find people that you're able to collaborate to build your team.
100%.
So, well, man, I have to go back and make a couple more phone calls. Thank you. Hey, let's go ahead and do a meet. Let's do a Zoom call. I'll send you some of that information that I was looking at about the 3/4 acres. I'll also send you the 108 acre deal. It has some information on there, a couple surveys, and the topographical map on it. And maybe you can go back and look through it and give me a couple of things. Hey, KC, long time no see, my brother, and see what we're able to go back and do. And help me out to understand it, because if I don't grab it or anything else, I'm not doing my job right. You have to take massive action.
Exactly. No, that's great. Yeah, I appreciate you having me here, and it was a great talk.
Anytime, man. Let's do it. If we want to, we can do this on a regular basis. I like talking about real estate. I can talk for hours. Yeah, I know you can too.
Same here. So, but yeah, let's get on a Zoom call. We can talk in more detail on the deals. If any of your friends or anybody that you know here that want to get in a Zoom call with you and hearing us talking as well, it's a little bit more detail. We can definitely do that as well.
Hey, do you want to tell everybody how they can find you?
Yeah, I mean, best way to find me is through my Instagram, the one I am posting in here. So Renato Jeromel Jr. for Junior. That's the best way to find me. I have another Instagram that's based on for my Brazilian investors, which is Jeromel Capital. And you can also email me, renato@jeromelcapital.com. That's but the best way is really through my Instagram here. I try to be pretty active, talk to people. If you're bringing value, I'm going to bring that value back to you. And let's get some deals.
All right. Hey, you going to GrowthCon?
Of course.
All right. I'll see you next week, brother.
Sounds good.
Where are you staying at?
I'll be staying at the GrowthCon hotel.
All right. Also, the Diplomat.
Diplomat, that's it. Yeah,
I'll be there too.
Heard good things about that place. So.
Yeah. When you going in?
I'll be there on Thursday.
I'll be there Thursday too. Let's have dinner.
Sounds good.
All right, brother. Thank you very much. Tell Nina I said hi and everything else. I can't wait to see both of y'all. And let's go ahead and change the world together.
Sounds good.
All right.
See you then.
Bye-bye. Well, guys, it's a test. I'm going to go back and check it out. Hopefully everything came out really well. I am using Instagram as well, and I just want to go back and do a test. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please go back and follow me. Put some information in a comment. I will go back and respond to you as quickly as possible. We can go back and do a DM together, and then we can we can do a Zoom call together, and then we can see what you're looking for in real estate. Thank you very much. This is Victor from VB Homes of Texas, coming to you live from Dallas, Texas. Take care. Thank you.